Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna go ahead and take a look of how I got 20 wins in the CRL 20 win challenge. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the matches. Alright, so we are facing this guy. We're at 16 wins, 16 and 2. And I am playing at 4 AM my time, which is the time I just finished the session with a student. So I was pretty tired, I would say. And I thought to myself, this is gonna be the last battle of the day, and then I will continue the challenge tomorrow. So this is the last match I played the first day that the challenge came at 4 AM. And I would say that this is a matchup where if the P.E.K.K.A player knows what he's doing, we could get in a rough spot, but normally it's not a very hard one. We should have the edge just because he has Fireball and Zap, which is not really able to kill our hunters. So that's gonna be really useful when getting into that. We just need to protect them good. And the way we can get punished is if we're in a hand where we don't have our Fisherman and our Hunter, and he goes in with a Bridge Spam push. So here I just go for my RG to tank the minions mostly and also get the damage on the tower. If you went P.E.K.K.A there late, I think we will be in a pretty rough spot because I would have to defend all of this. Whereas now I'm just able to go ahead and Hunter plus E-Spirit. E-Spirit to the side makes sure that the E-Wiz doesn't do anything crazy. And this is a pretty bad bandit because he spams it into our Evo Ghost, and that's gonna be a huge mistake. Whenever an opponent has Evo Ghost, you never wanna go in, guys. Like, take a look at how this guy is gonna get punished. Like, his tower is gone, it's not like he can do anything. I'm even gonna go and Fireball because he goes Zap, which is a pretty bad Zap because he tried to save a tower that was already down. And we are gonna get also some damage on the King Tower, which you should never underestimate. So, looking pretty good. I would say that having a good start is important against P.E.K.K.A, but even if you do it the passive way where you just defend and get an RG push later after you get a counter push, then you can still win. But it's really important to have something counter pushing, like a counter pushing Hunter ideally, or a Fisherman or a Ghost, so you're able to go for RG, so that you are able to DPS down the P.E.K.K.A when it's attacking the RG. I would say that's the most important thing. I would get a very nice Fireball there, hitting absolutely everything. Scratch that, we don't hit 2 minions, so that's why I think, yeah, the Barbar was also not so good, and we kind of failed the defense there, to be honest. We could have saved the tower, but this guy pressured us good. We made one mistake, and it cost us the tower. That's how punishing Evo Ghost can be, so that's why you have to be very careful. I'm not too worried because we are going same lane, and I'm saying we're going same lane because I want to go for his King Tower, whereas he wants to go for my Princess Tower. My King Tower is at full health, so he will definitely try and split lane pressure me, but the play would be to try and go for my Princess Tower since it's lower HP. It's almost double HP if you think about it. He gets the Fireballs up, but as you can see, it doesn't kill my Hunter, and I go for perfect skeletons which bring the battle ram over, and it goes in front of that push. And again, Zap is not in cycle, so I'm not scared at all. He cannot do anything with his P.E.K.K.A. He has to defend my Evo Ghost, which gets a lot of damage, and that's why I'm pressuring with my RG. He doesn't get his P.E.K.K.A down immediately, even though he had it in cycle. I was really like a little bit worried about why he didn't go for it. I feel like he was like predicting my Fisherman maybe, and he was scared about it, but I think still getting the P.E.K.K.A down will be the correct choice for it. We both make some mistakes in this match, but for him it costs him a little bit more than me just because of how my deck operates. I can punish him very easily, whereas he has to get a great split lane beatdown push, because if he just goes on one lane, I can just Fireball every single thing he plays at me. He is able to get a pretty nice push going, but that E-Spirit is gonna clutch up, kill everything, and we are able to get another Hunter down. He just used the Fireball, so there's nothing he can do to kill it, so that's gonna be the most perfect thing we can do there. And I think I'm not even gonna go for RG. It's triple elixir, I can cycle back very quickly to another Fireball. Our cycle is really cheap, so I'm just gonna get another Fireball down and call it GG's. So that was a pretty nice game. Beating P.E.K.K.A Bridge Spam, which is a pretty popular deck, so I think it should help you guys. So I'll see you guys in the next match. heading into the next match, facing this guy, which is gonna be playing the most popular deck in the most popular Golem deck in the challenge. I don't know where this deck came from. I've seen so much. It has very weird cards inside. His cycle is very awkward, but it's working out because a lot of guys are playing E-Giant. That's why the Zappies are in his deck. And this is not a very hard matchup for me, so I'm pretty okay at they're playing it. And I'm gonna explain to you why. Whenever I'm having my Hunter down and his mini P.E.K.K.A is not in cycle, I'm pretty much always gonna go for RG. Like here, I'm gonna get an RG down and I'm gonna be able to get a pretty good fireball on top of the all of the Zappies and the Ghost as well, getting 2 shots on the tower and most importantly erasing his counter push and being up to Elixir. So I would say that was a pretty good start for me. It's a matchup where taking advantage of the Hunter is gonna be really useful because he has lightning for it, but for him wasting the lightning would be a little bit awkward. And as long as I'm able to get value out of my Hunter before I go in with RG, it's gonna pretty much win me the game. The Evo Ghost can also cause him some trouble, because let's say he has this weird hand, he has Golem, Baby Dragon, Skelly Drags and Lightning. I can pressure with Ghost and get damage, and his Ghost is not gonna be the best response, because his Ghost is also invisible. So pressuring with that, even with the Evo Ghost, is gonna be nice. Again, he wastes the mini P.E.K.K.A, good time for me to go in. I'm going into his Baby Dragon, I don't really care about the Baby Dragon, it doesn't do too much damage and the Hunter is still there to kill it. So you see the thought process, I'm going in whenever mini P.E.K.K.A is in cycle and I have a Hunter already down, getting RG in front, fireballing the Zappies, so it's important to have fireball in cycle. And I'm not trying to do any like extraordinary Fisherman, I'm just trying to get pushes with Hunter. And I'm trying to predict his Golem here, and I successfully do so. Cycling back to my Hunter as well by playing the E-Spirit and the Skellies. You also again do not want to underestimate the damage on the King Tower from the Ghost. I'm gonna go for my Fireball just to cycle back to another Fireball on my defense and being able to kill his Skelly Drags, because it would be kind of annoying having the Skelly Drags coming in inside as well. So as you can see, I'm cycling very quickly back, getting my Fireball down, getting my Fisherman, which I kind of failed, should have played it one tile to the left. But doesn't matter, even like here, I'm still gonna lose my tower just because of that failed Fisherman, and honestly the Baby Dragon Evo was what cost me some trouble. Unfortunately the Fisherman is not gonna pull in time, so we are gonna lose our tower, but at least we have some damage on the King Tower. And I know I don't want to let him get a huge Golem push down. Stable Elixir, if he does that, we're gonna be in a tough spot. And I cannot really play my Fishermans now that I lose my tower, so I'm gonna have to make a good push. I do take out his Skelly Drag, I do go Fireball as well, just because I want to go in right here, right now, and get as many damage as possible. And the Ghost is already there, so he's gonna clean up most of the stuff. And he's gonna go for a pretty bad Ghost, because I'm just getting my Evo Ghost inside and he doesn't have the perfect hand to stop it. He's gonna go Bar Barrel, but doesn't really matter too much. Unfortunately, that Hunter doesn't kill it, and we're getting into a pretty weird spot. I am gonna Fireball this, and he spends his Zappies. If he went Golem instead of Zappies, I think he would be in a good spot, because he could go Zappies late and I didn't have my Fireball if I went inside. And I think here, yeah, I do go in. I cannot let him get a good Golem push down, as we said. And I'm trying to always just tank his mini P.E.K.K.A with the Skellies, and I do so very nicely there. And I'm able to get another RG down, I'm pretty sure. And the spam is just too much for him. Even the Ghost gets a shot, and the tower is Fireball range, and that gives me the very nice win. I did mess up the little bit the defense, of course, it happens. This was the next day. I was not really playing at midnight or late at night, but I was still making some poor decisions because I've gotten to 19 wins before and I lost, so I wanted to really get it this time. So I'll see you guys in the next match. And we're facing off against this guy. So this guy is playing an older, more OG version of RG, and he has Evo Hunter inside and Evo RG without Evo Ghost, but he has Giant Skelly and Zappies. So this matchup is not gonna be too easy. Because of the Giant Skeleton and the Evo Hunter, I think that he has a little bit of an edge against our deck, and he's gonna go very aggressively right off the bat, and he gets a pretty good fireball, but fortunately for us, that Skeleton tanks the Giant Skeleton shot and is able to kill it, and he's pretty low on elixir. I maybe should have not went for Hunter and just gone for RG, but I was worried him having Zappies, which he did end up having. It would probably mess up my push, and I also didn't want to take too much damage. I was not taking too many risks because I was at 18 wins at the moment, so any mistake here could cost us the reset. We're 18 at 2, as I mentioned. So against this matchup, you never want to go RG in the back. Against the mirror matchup with Ghost, you're able to do it, but against this guy's deck with Giant Skelly, you cannot do it. Just gonna get a free Giant Skelly and just counter push off of it. So you wanna go ahead and defend most of the time and cycle multiple Hunters. That's gonna be the name of the game and the way to go. Getting the Evo Ghost there help us kill the Hunter a little bit, and I was worried about an RG, but I knew that he didn't have too much elixir, so if he went for it, it wouldn't have been a pretty good RG, and he does end up going for it, but as you see, because I react quickly, we only take one shot. I was about to pre-fireball, as you can see I was having the fireball, but it's better to play it the safe way again and not try and do extraordinary stuff. I don't think it would have been too much damage anyways. So here I go in because he has very awkward hand, as you can see. He has the Fisherman and no Hunter, no Zappies, no Giant Skeleton in hand, and I'm able to get some nice damage, and I do clip the fireball, hitting everything the tower, and most importantly bringing the troops to the other side because I don't have to defend them now. And I'm getting my Hunter in the back. Spamming the Hunters is very important in this matchup. I'm always gonna try and block the Fisherman if I'm able to, but here because he had the E-Spirit, I couldn't really play them sooner, and he does end up getting the pull. I am fireballing because I'm worried about him going in, and I know he has Evo Hunter in Psyche, so this wouldn't be the best for us if he goes in. You see how I'm placing my Ghost? I'm always placing it behind the Giant Skeleton, so it always survives the bomb. That's also pretty important. Skeletons to block the Fisherman this time, E-Spirit to reset it, Hunter is attacking the Fisherman and Barbara finishes it off, and we get a very good defense. But the important thing here is to not panic and not go for any offensive RG. We're not up in elixir, he has his Evo Hunter in cycle, we have to keep on defending. This match was pretty anxious because I know that the matchup wasn't the best, and this guy was playing pretty good. He's definitely an experienced RG player, but we're getting good defenses down, and I'm pretty confident in our defense, so I just choose to defend and start attacking later when I get a chance to. It's just one good defense and two offensive RG push for us, which will win us the game. Like for example, this RG push he made was not the best. He also tries to predict our Fisherman with E-Spirit up high, which he fails, and now we have all of this down, which he does fireballs, but I protect my Hunter with the RG. He has to log, he doesn't have Hunter in Psyche, he has very low elixir, I'm fireballing the Zappies, I'm also going for E-Spirit to able, okay, I'm not going for E-Spirit, but the RG gets the last shot, and the only thing I have to do is go ahead and fireball. So I would say we played that pretty perfect. It just goes to show being passive against rough matchups and being patient in defending, getting counter pushes is what will oftentimes win you the game. So that was very nice. I'll see you guys in the next match. So we're facing off against this guy, which seems like he has an off-meta deck, and firstly when I saw his cards, I thought it was just gonna be a normal Giant Skeleton, maybe with Royal Hogs or with RG, and I was pretty okay with that. We just beat that matchup before, I was feeling confident, but then he throws up the Baby Dragon, and I'm like, okay, is this Balloon? If it's Balloon, it's not gonna be too good, but Giant Skeleton with Balloon, maybe an old deck that they used to play with Tesla, it's not gonna be the best. And I see his Snowball. I go for RG to take that Baby Dragon, just cycling and seeing what building he has, and he does drop his Cage. So this Cage indicates for me that the matchup is not gonna be too good. especially Evo Cage is very hard for us to break through, and balloons are not really the easiest thing for us to counter, because the hunter can always get vines that or snowball, and it's not a consistent counter to the balloon. So I know I need to get damage. That's why I go in here. I also notice that his hand is awkward and he cannot defend the ghost and the RG at the same time. We do get the RG for the cage, but he plays very nice skeletons, and I was pretty worried at the time because I know that he's gonna have a counter push. He doesn't go for balloon, which is a little bit surprising, and he goes for miner, and that's a pretty aggressive miner considering my Evo Ghost is in cycle, and I know that the Evo Ghost is gonna be the name of the game in this matchup. And he throws a snowball for no reason on my tower, which forces me, which helps me go in, and I get so much damage I almost take down his tower. So this little snowball he did and overcommitting with miner was what cost him the game, because this matchup was gonna be super hard later in the game, and understanding that the ghost is what messes him up, and it's gonna be good when he doesn't have giant skeleton, cage and miner, and this was the exact position. He couldn't really do anything, and he was just forced to cycle the snowball to get to the stuff he needed, and he wasn't able to do anything. Now he starts to go from the back and start playing the balloon, but I get a pretty good fireball there, hitting the tower, the giant skelly and the balloon, and I know I can cycle back to another hunter to kill that balloon. I was pretty worried about the Evo Baby Dragon, but I know that as long as I keep on cycling my hunters and I get good defense going, there's nothing this guy can do. Placing my hunter high up, so he's not able to get a good vines up, and he doesn't even get one shot. And at this point, I know it's over, he knows it's over, and it's gonna be GG. He says good luck, but the reality is that he's the one that lost a hard counter by overcommitting with his miner, and we are able to get 20 wins. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Give a like and a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel for more future videos. I'll see you guys soon. Have a nice day.